Hello my babies, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leeor, Alexandra, and I'm here with my friend Aaron.
Hello.
We're doing a Q&A for you guys today. We asked a bunch of you for questions on Instagram. We got really good questions. I'm gonna do half of it. We're gonna do the rest on his channel. I'll link that down below for you. And without any further ado, let's get into the questions. How do you guys feel about Abraham Hicks? That's a good question.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
Oh, sorry. Ladies first, Aaron.
Yeah, what was I thinking?
I think that, I was introduced to the law of attraction through Abraham Hicks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you get into law of attraction?
I guess through the movie The Secret when it was at first,
right.
and then the book The Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Oh yeah.
Which
awesome.
was inspired, which inspired Jerry Hicks and kind of got them, into Esther channeling,
Right. So I started with Abraham Hicks and then I saw The Secret after.
Really?
Their whole concept is cool. I think that they have so much experience and so much they've seen so much that they're really able to give great advice. Esther and Abraham together, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think also that some of their talks now are kind of redundant,
yeah.
And sometimes they kind of contradict themselves. I think that it's become a little bit more confusing than it needs to be.
Yeah, the thing I like about Abraham Hicks is they talk a lot about vibration and how you move up the emotional scale in order to really attract what you want. However, at the same time, there's some concepts that I think are true from a certain paradigm. Like a lot of times desire is something that Abraham Hicks talks a lot about, and desire can be powerful if it propels you into having intention to do something or into taking action. But if a desire just remains there, a lot of times desire comes from a feeling of lack, because if I want to get over there, it means I'm not already over there, and therefore it's like I'm kind of in the moment giving off the frequency of lack. So it depends on the paradigm, but it can be very powerful. And I think that if you don't look too much into it in the sense that like you have to understand all the different concepts at the same time and you just take it at face value for a vibration, it can be very powerful. How can I manifest money? I feel like I'm living my purpose, I'm doing everything right and they see me as a successful person, but I don't earn any money at all. How can I manifest it?
Do you want to start?
Yeah. So manifesting money is more so, this is something actually I've been talking about a lot with that reality transurfing stuff I've been talking, which is like a new manifestation process that you can use. It's actually not that as well known, but it's starting to become bigger and bigger. And it has to do with understanding that the goal shouldn't actually be the money, because the heart cannot connect to the idea of the money. You see, the mind knows that when it sees money, that money equals freedom, right? Because our mind says, oh yeah, the money means I can go buy this and I can go buy that. So it means freedom and security. However, at the same time, what we must do is connect our passion, connect our heart to our goals. So instead of going straight for the money, go for what you're looking for. So me, for example, I was intending to manifest doing YouTube full-time, which is something I'm passionate about, of getting up every day and making videos instead of getting up every day and going to a job I don't care about. I could connect to that with my heart because I love making videos, and it was much more powerful because I was able to generate the emotion necessary to manifest more money. So I would actually say don't make money the goal, because money is a byproduct of the value you give to other people, or it's a product of you giving either giving value to other people or you doing what you love for a living. Focus on what the money would bring you. So focus on, it could be something like a house and stuff, but it could also just be your passion and an experience.
Or the emotions, even focus on the emotions
Yep.
you will feel once you get that prosperity that you're looking for. This person already has a job that they love and that they're passionate about, right? That's what they're saying. So if you already have that, then just keep focusing on those feelings, that amazing feeling you get every day that you wake up and get to do what you want. And that will follow. The money and the resources, that will follow. It will come to you. Just focus on what you have right now, because it seems kind of that you might be focusing on the lack of having money, and when you focus on the lack,
you get more
lack.
Yeah.
Lost my train of thought.
You were on the right track though. Whatever you focus on grows. So if you focus on lack, you get more lack. And if you focus on what you already have, which is a job you already enjoy, then guess what? Focusing on those positive aspects will raise your vibrational set point, how you feel vibrationally, and then you're more likely to attract more money into your life because you're in that state of being.
And when you reach that frequency, that
much more potent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
where you're supposed to be, where you're aligned, and everything will come together. So focus on the feelings that you will have, or focus on the feelings that you have already, since you already have something that you're passionate about.
Exactly.
Hey, you guys, my question is, so my question is, what are your opinions on drugs and spirituality? By drugs I mean LSD and that kind of psychoactive thing. I would love to hear your opinion.
Yeah, so I think it depends on how you use it. I think that if you go into it with an intention of expanding your awareness, that it's possible that you have a very spiritual type experience. Personally, I went through a phase where I would do, like, I've tried shrooms before and stuff like that, and it can be a very, you know, expanding type experience. However, at the same time, I think that you just gotta have a balance of how much you're using it and if you're using it for the right purposes, because if you're using it just to escape, then what ends up happening is it's like you become either dependent on it, or maybe not even dependent, but you're just doing it for not the wrong reasons, but it's just not beneficial for growth. So you just have to be honest. Personally, yeah, I don't feel qualified enough to really talk. Like, I'm not really an expert about it, so I really can't go much deeper than that. But I think that with a lot of things in life, they can be powerful tools if you use it as such.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think?
I agree. I mean, personally, anti-drug, but I know a lot of people who have experienced like very spiritual experiences. Spiritual
experiences. Yeah, I guess you.
There has to be a word for that.
Spiritual experiences.
Okay, experience. So I know a lot of people who have had super spiritual experiences from drugs, like ayahuasca and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that that could be a very interesting way to get yourself, if you find it very, very difficult to surpass the feeling of having like a banal reality and everything's just normal, super normal, and you want to kind of expand your consciousness, then I think that you could use, like Aaron was saying, as a tool. You could use these drugs as a tool, but you don't necessarily need to. You know, Koi talks a lot about having those experiences without drugs, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't do any drugs at all. I don't drink alcohol. Not saying I'm better than anyone, but I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke weed. I don't even do caffeine. And it's not because...
no caffeine.
No caffeine,
I didn't know that.
I just
had coffee.
Judging you. I'm just kidding. No, it's totally cool. But
I really think you don't judge at all.
Say what?
You don't judge at all.
I don't. I really don't. It's just, you know,
Appreciate
it's just people, everyone does their own thing, and what works for me isn't gonna work for everybody else. You know, there's some people that say when they smoke weed, they are just more efficient.
Yeah.
Maybe that's true for them. I don't judge,
Everybody's
you know.
different.
Everyone has their own way of doing things. I personally just find that when I'm making videos, I'm in a flow state, and when I meditate once or twice a day, I feel really good, and because of that, that's just what I focus on. Right. But like I said, they can be powerful tools if they're used as such. Yeah,
but don't use them as a way to escape, for sure.
Yeah.
That's just going to take you so far
I've seen a lot of people, get kind of overtaken by that.
And be honest with yourself about why you're doing it. I'm literally an ice ball.
Yeah, it's getting pretty cold.
Any advice on how to act as if, acting like you already have something?
Yeah, the best advice I have for this is to imagine the best possible version of yourself. Like, even right now, imagine the best possible version of yourself and what you'd be doing in your ideal reality. Like, for me, for example, it actually has to do kind of what I did last night. I went and spoke at an event last night, and I've been talking about that for such a long time on my channel. I went and I spoke with YouTuber buddy Koi Fresco. We spoke in front of a group of 50 people for I ended up being over 4 hours, and it was Q&A, it was sharing. I talked for over an hour right in the beginning, and that was something that I've been manifesting, or I've been focusing on for probably about a year now, and acting as if and imagining the best possible version of myself, of what I would be like walking around on stage with the body language that I prefer, and how people would respond to me, and how people would love to hear what I'm saying, and just acting as if that perfect version of me, and imagining that in the mind. Now, the thing with visualization is that the brain doesn't know the difference between what it imagines and what's actually happening. So we can almost prime ourselves for future experiences right now through visualization. So just imagine the best possible case scenario you can imagine. Maybe it's you owning an art gallery. Maybe it's you doing something like a business that you want to own, or some idea that you want to bring out of an invention. Whatever it is, imagine yourself doing it. Imagine the body language you'd have, the kind of daily activities you'd be doing, the kind of books you'd be reading, the kind of people you would surround yourself with. And as you embody more of those in your daily life, you're gonna start to resonate more with experiences and opportunities that can make that acting as if, that ritual, that visualization in your mind, something that becomes powerful for you.
Right, that's amazing. That's exactly what I talk about in my Act As If video as well. I find that if you have a hard time imagining the best version of yourself or figuring out what that would be like, what's really good to do is to find somebody that you want to not imitate, but
model.
What's the word? Model yourself after them. And you don't want to completely lose who you are as a person, but if there's certain qualities and aspects of that person that you admire and that you want to see in yourself, focus on those and just do them and be them. Just take them into yourself. Have the intention to be that way. Wake up in the morning and be that way. And that's a really powerful way to recreate yourself. Modeling yourself after other people.
Yep.
But like, don't lose yourself also.
Yeah.
That's just only if you don't have that visualization of who you want to be already.
Right. And really accentuating part of the characteristics that you may already have, but you can accentuate them and be more like this. If you're like, oh, I want to be more compassionate, you already have parts of yourself who are compassionate. There's certain times that you've been compassionate in the past. What you can do is you can focus on that and realize that you can bring that into more parts of your life. If there's parts in, there's part of you that's focused on doing things that you're passionate about, even if it's not that often, it's still there, and you can focus on that and make that something more of who you are. And it's not that you're becoming something you're not, you're just accentuating a part of yourself that one was before undervalued or under-accentuated.
Exactly, and you're becoming more of who you are, essentially. That is already who you are. You're just bringing it out. You're finding a way to bring it out.
Because you are, at the end of the day, you are limitless, and you have the potential far beyond what you can imagine, so you are who you choose to be.
Yes.
So it's more about just letting go of the layers that no longer serve.
That was very powerful right now. With the birds.
The birds, yeah.
That was great.
Synchronicity.
Synchronicity.
It's 11:11.
Which manifestation techniques work the best for each of you?
Okay, so mine would have to be the sleep technique. Now, the sleep technique is from a book that's called The Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. It's an old school book.
Love him.
And it's about understanding that when you go to bed at night, you're shifting from a beta to an alpha to a theta state and then to a delta state. But that theta state is where we influence the subconscious mind. So when you go to bed at night, during the day, you're at an alpha beta wave going back and forth. Watching TV, you're at an alpha. When you meditate, you're at like an alpha theta state. But when you go to bed at night, you're shifting all the way into the theta state and in the delta state. And that window is when you can influence the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind speaks in the language of feeling and emotion. So as you're going to bed at night, feel what you prefer to feel in your ideal manifestation or what you want to create in your life. Feel it as if you already have it, and do that as you go to bed at night, and you're going to start to really program your subconscious mind in a powerful way, and you'll start to see a reflection of that in your life. So this is something that I recommend people do. I recommend you do it for not just one day, but you do it for like maybe a month straight. When you're going to bed, visualize what you want to experience. Imagine it as if it's already happening, like as you're looking through your own eyes in the visualization. Feel it within your heart. I even recommend putting your hands over your heart, because as you do that, you bring sensation into your heart, and your heart has much more electromagnetic power than your head does. A lot of people don't know that. So the Heart Math Institute has shown that. And that means create from your heart. Put your hands over your heart, think of what you want to experience, and do that as you're going to bed, and even if you want as you wake up in the morning, because you're also coming out of that. But do that before you go to bed at night. You'll see that if you do it for 21 days, it'll profoundly change your life.
I think I've seen your video about it, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna definitely try it.
Yeah, give it a go.
I already visualize always before bed. Except for sometimes it makes me so excited that I can't sleep. So I tried to.
I've been there before.
I tried to.
Well, I just want to get up and do stuff now.
I just want to like make it happen already. But visualizing before sleep, it's a very powerful technique just in itself.
What's yours?
My most powerful right now is my abundance log technique, which is, I've been talking about it a lot just because it's so instantaneous that it scares me.
They say that also when you write something down, you're 80% more chance of it embedding in your mind plus happening. So yeah, write it down and you're already making it more probable that it happens.
Yeah. More than like writing it on your phone or on the computer too, right?
No, I think it just write the act of writing it down and doing something with your hands, even if you're typing it or you're writing it, is more power. Most people just keep it all in the head, right?
Yeah.
So
putting it
logging
down,
it in general is going to be very powerful. I can see that.
My abundance log, I have a whole video on it if you want to watch that, but basically it's so simple. All it is keeping a notebook with you, or keeping like a page on your notepad, apps on your phone, and whenever you receive anything, paycheck or you find a penny on the floor, or you get a gift, or a friend buys you coffee or lunch, or you write that down and you write a thank you to it, and you just keep a running list of all the abundance in your life. When I keep this list, I just get more and more of everything, of good things, because what you're doing is you're focusing on every good thing, and you're giving gratitude to us. Something as small as finding a penny on the floor, you're giving gratitude to it. You're focusing on receiving. And it doesn't matter what amount it is or what it is at all. Like it could be a physical thing, it could be like some love from a person, something not physical, but you're focusing on receiving it.
Whatever you focus on grows. So the more that you do that, and the more that you then feel that emotion, the more that's going to ripple into other aspects of your life. So that state of being, when you change your state of being and you increase it through what you're focusing on, and you're focusing on abundance, you then create from a much more powerful place.
Exactly.
So yeah, I can see that's powerful.
So it's my most powerful technique right now. I love it. I have to come up with some new stuff because I'm so like hung up on this one. But it works.
If it works, it works though.
Easy.
Hey.
I recommend to everybody to pick it up. It's too easy not to. All right, so that's it for our Q&A session. Thank you so much for doing this with me, Aaron. I
wanted to tell you as well, congratulations on 100,000 subscribers. Yesterday when we went to Cafe Gratitude, literally as she was walking up, she's like, we just hit 100,000 subscribers.
I celebrated with Aaron first.
And we had some kelp noodles. We had some kelp noodles and what was the appetizer?
Buffalo cauliflower?
Yeah, buffalo cauliflower.
Something delicious.
It was really good.
And vegan. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's it. So I got 100,000. I haven't talked about it yet on the channel.
Oh, well, icebreaker.
So, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you more than you could possibly know. You're my life. You're my world. My baby elephants. And closing this out. Until my next video. Until my next video, as always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys.
Give him a kiss.
Much love.
Much love.
All right, there we go.